Hey guys, today we're diving into the DC universe to get to know one of the characters from Watchmen. But this isn't just any character. To many, he's like a god, an entity, an incredibly powerful being. I'm talking about Dr. Manhattan, a force of pure energy. A cosmic being. In this video, we'll explore his anatomy and his numerous powers. If, like me, you're a fan of this character, then leave a like and hit the bell, and make sure to watch the video till the end. In a universe full of heroes and villains, few possess the power and complexity of Dr. Manhattan. Created by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons in Watchmen, Dr. Manhattan is not just a superhero. He is an almost divine entity, a being with abilities beyond human comprehension. And his anatomy, well, it's as extraordinary as the being itself. John Osterman, a talented physicist, went through a scientific experiment that would change his life forever. During an accident in an experiment, John was disintegrated in a disintegration laboratory. What seemed like his instant death, however, was not the end. John was able to reconstruct his body, but not in a conventional way. He became a version of himself made of pure energy and controlled matter. Dr. Manhattan has an anatomy that defies the laws of biology. Although his appearance is human, tall, muscular, and with skin glowing in a blue light, he is no longer fully human. His body is mainly composed of subatomic particles, which allows him to control and reshape his physical form at will. On a molecular level, he can alter his form at a quantum level, manipulating atoms and molecules with ease. This gives him the ability to grow, shrink, or even divide into multiple versions of himself. Now let's take a look at some events that Dr. Manhattan has influenced. The Button and Doomsday Clock. This is the direct continuation that connects the Watchmen universe to the DC universe. Here, Dr. Manhattan is revealed as responsible for several changes in the DC multiverse, including alterations in the timeline. The most important events involving him in Flashpoint and Doomsday Clock include: after the events of Flashpoint, John, Dr. Manhattan, interfered with Barry Allen's attempt to revert the universe back to normal. John erased 10 years from the future of the reverted universe, creating Earth Prime as a side effect. Flashpoint is a reboot event that ends the continuity of New Earth and starts Earth Prime, the New 52. The changes in the timeline occur after Flash goes back in time to save his mother. Manipulation of the multiverse. Manhattan, curious about the DC universe, begins to experiment with the timeline. He removes the existence of the original Golden Age Superman, creating a new chronology called the New 52, where Manhattan played a key role in the creation of the New 52 DC universe. The battle against DC heroes. Many heroes, including Superman, attempt to confront him when they discover he is interfering with the balance of the multiverse. The confrontation with Superman. This is the pivotal moment in the story. Manhattan, who has always believed that the future is inevitable, faces a dilemma. He cannot predict the outcome of his interaction with Superman. This forces him to reconsider his beliefs about fate and free will. The final sacrifice. Dr. Manhattan realizes that Superman's hope and altruism are the key to the future. He decides to transfer his energy to create new life, Clark, who symbolizes hope, and restore the balance of the multiverse. In this way, he dies symbolically. Dr. Manhattan's powers. Matter and energy manipulation. Dr. Manhattan can manipulate any form of matter and energy with almost unlimited precision. This includes both organic matter, such as humans or animals, and inorganic matter, such as rocks, metals, and even atoms. He can alter the atomic composition of any object, transforming it into another substance or even completely disintegrating it. He can also create matter out of nothing, shaping it as he wishes, for example, creating new objects such as devices or even replicas of himself. Immortality and regeneration. As a result of his transformation, Dr. Manhattan is immortal. He does not age and can regenerate from virtually any physical damage since his physical form is no longer composed of conventional matter but rather subatomic particles that he can rearrange at any moment. He can also reconstruct parts of his body if they are damaged or destroyed, making him virtually indestructible. Time manipulation. Dr. Manhattan not only perceives time uniquely but can also influence it. He experiences the past, present, and future simultaneously, with his consciousness aware of all these moments at once. He has the ability to move between different points in time, and while he cannot change major events of the past, as he clarifies in Watchmen, he can interact with the flow of time in ways that seem to manipulate the future. In some interpretations of the story, Dr. Manhattan can also recreate moments from the past and future, potentially interfering with specific decisions and events. Telekinesis and telepathy. Dr. Manhattan can move objects and beings from a distance through telekinesis without physically touching them. He is also capable of telepathic communication, transmitting his thoughts directly to others' minds without using words. This is an extension of his mental connection to the universe. Creation and control of cosmic forces. Dr. Manhattan has control over immense cosmic forces, such as radiation, gravity, and other natural forces. He can manipulate gravity in a specific area by creating gravitational fields or even alter the laws of physics in a localized region. He can also emit radiation and control other forms of energy, such as nuclear radiation bursts, without causing harm to his own body. Self-duplication. Dr. Manhattan possesses the ability to divide himself into multiple physical forms. He can exist in various locations simultaneously, allowing him to perform multiple tasks at once. Each copy of him is equally powerful, and all share the same knowledge and consciousness, though he can control the extent of his division depending on the situation. Ability to create life and recreate entities. He can create life forms and even recreate entire organisms from the matter and energy around him. This is demonstrated in Watchmen when he reconstructs Laurie Juspeksik's Silk Spectre body to make it seem as if she had been healed from a severe injury. On a larger scale, he can create new life forms or modify existing organisms to suit specific purposes. Perception beyond physical reality. Dr. Manhattan perceives beyond conventional spacetime. He can observe and comprehend all aspects of the universe, from subatomic particles to cosmic events, granting him complete understanding and control over material reality. This enables him to make precise predictions about future events, although he is not always able to alter the inevitable course of those events. Limitations and vulnerabilities. Although Dr. Manhattan is immensely powerful, he is not invincible. There are some limitations and vulnerabilities associated with his powers. Lack of empathy. His immense detachment from humanity due to his cosmic level of understanding often causes him to emotionally distance himself from people. He does not experience emotions in the same way humans do, which can be a weakness in forming personal connections. Inability to alter major historical events. Dr. Manhattan asserts that he cannot change significant historical milestones, as seen in Watchmen when he chooses not to intervene in events like the Vietnam War or the rise of the Soviet regime. While he can interact with time, he is unable to alter certain fundamental aspects of fate. Psychological fragility. Despite being immortal and physically indestructible, Dr. Manhattan struggles with profound philosophical questions about existence, making him psychologically vulnerable. His fatalistic and detached perspective on the universe leads him to question his own motivation concerning the events around him. Dr. Manhattan is one of the most powerful figures in comic book history, with abilities that defy human understanding. However, his emotional detachment and struggle to cope with his own existence make him a profound and complex character. These traits contribute to his status as one of the most fascinating figures in comic book history, an incredible character. And that's the video. See you next time.